Hey everybody, how you doing? Today we're going to talk about, or at least I'm going to talk about something that I've been looking at for a very long time, and I quite frankly have been wanting to talk about it for a while, but I just wanted to get my thoughts together on it. The idea is about what's called, or what's known as, the a universal basic income. Now, for some of you who may not know what a universal basic income is, it's simply an economic initiative. For the time being, it's just an idea that's getting out. And the idea is, simply put, that all adult Americans or adult citizens, no matter if they work or not, or if they're rich or not, doesn't matter, gets from the government $1,000 a month to spend on whatever they choose. Now, the first time I heard that, which is about a year and a half or so ago, I thought, giving people money, well, that's okay, that's different. So, I had my reservations about it, of course, like anybody would. But the thing is, I realized that there's a lot of momentum behind it. So I decided to look into it because of that, and find out that the more I looked into it, the more that, and more, it made sense to me that this is, you know, a way to go. Because a lot of people, they talk about the first thing here they hear is the price, right? The price tag, and rightfully so. They have concerns about it. It should be answered. So the thing is, you got to look at what we're doing now versus what a basic income could be doing for us. Now, what we're doing now is basically paying for poverty to exist, and that's estimated to be, based on a report that I've seen. I have a link for that in the description below. That poverty is costing our economy roughly 3.8% of GDP, and in today's terms, that comes out to be about $722 billion, and that's billion with a B. That's costing our economy. We're basically paying for poverty to exist, and that's just crime related to poverty, health issues related to poverty, and foregone earnings or lost productivity related to poverty. That's just those three things that are costing us 3.8% of GDP roughly, which is 3.8% of 19 trillion, which is our economy roughly, size of our economy more or less, 2016, 2017. 3.8% of that is 722 billion. So if you take that into account, and then versus what a basic income can do, and how much it costs in the end, we'll see that we'll actually end up saving money with a basic income versus what we're doing now. I looked into, with the cost factor of a basic income. It turns out that there's two costs to it. There's the gross cost, then there's the net cost. The gross cost is the amount that we have to pay up front. I like to call it the down payment on our economic future. So, after we get past the down payment, which is about $3 trillion, which we could easily absorb in our economy, after that, the following years would only be a matter of topping off the universal basic income fund another, say, 5 or 600 billion a year, because that 5 or 600 billion a year is actually the net cost of what the UBI will cost from here on out if we decide to do it after that initial down payment. And the thing is, I like to look at it more like it's giving all adult citizens a bit of financial security. I mean, yeah, it'll end up getting rid of grinding, abject poverty, which is holding our economy back, quite frankly. But the thing is, it should be seen more like economic justice, or or the like. But the fact of the matter is, either we're going to keep paying for poverty, and as our economy grows, that number's going to grow, or we can do a basic income. And if it turns out, if we do a basic income for 8 years, right, like I've described, if we do it for 8 years, we'll actually, at the end of that 8 years, we'll actually add $2.5 trillion to the GDP in growth. And I mean that's just icing on the cake. Get rid of poverty, provide basic economic security to all people, all citizens, and you grow the economy. Because what happens when people have that extra money? They're going to end up putting it into that business they even want to start, or maybe they stay home and take care of a loved one now that they're financially able to. And of course there are worries, like will inflation go through the roof? Not really, because they actually did a test study in Mexico a little while ago, where it shows that in the end, some deflation actually occurred a little bit in some areas, not inflation. So that link is also in the description below. The thing is, a lot of concerns about a UBI can be easily addressed if you look into the sources where I've looked to. This is, of course, this link is also in the link in the description below, where it's really a lot to look at. So if you could just try to keep an open mind about it, even if you're far right or you're kind of conservative, just keep an open mind about it. Look into it, and try not to be too quick to judge it. Because I mean, a lot of people will try to judge it. Oh my God, it's communism. Oh God, it's socialist. Like it's neither one. Because it doesn't end the means it doesn't end property rights or get rid of money. But the fact of the matter is, it's something that we all really need to look into, really need to take a look at, and should be considered, because what we're doing right now is not working, or at least it's not working the best that it could. So another point I want to get into real quick is the idea that a universal basic income should be done as a replacement for current social programs. Now that's no good. The thing is, a UBI should be done with the current social programs that we already have in place. It should be done on top of. That's the only way we're going to see the benefits of a basic income, getting rid of poverty, and and growing the economy much faster than we are now. So it's something I've been looking at for a long time, and at first even I had my reservations about it, but as long as you keep an open mind, you look into it, and you see that this very well might be a solution to upcoming automation on its way. Even high-skilled jobs are being replaced by automation. Lawyers, nurses, computer programmers, those jobs are being replaced. So it's not just the low-wage or low-skilled jobs that are being taken up by the robots, but it's also people who are going to get displaced, happen to have high skills. They're going to be displaced as well by the automation. So that should be something to consider as well. So, like I said, I have all the things I referenced to. I have all the links in the description below, and feel free to comment. And on this video, this is good either way, but feel free to if you have any questions, concerns, let me know in the comment section. And if you found this video interesting, useful, do me a favor, give this video a like, and if you like the channel, subscribe, and if you do subscribe, hit the bell so you can be notified when I post another video, as well as when I do live streams as well. I usually do those around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So not every night, but somewhat on a regular basis. So do those things for me, help this channel grow, and I really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching.